All right, so City Council approves a plan to renovate a sports arena. The cost of the renovation will be $229,682. The cost will be shared equally by 41 schools that use the arena. How much will each school contribute? Now, question. Is this, what type of question? Are we adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing? What are we doing in this question? Because that's the first thing you have to figure out. Kira, you're going to divide. All right, now, if you are dividing, what did I teach you? A strategy to help you when you're doing your division. Silas?
Look at the first numbers of each problem, and if they're all the same.
Each problem or
each answer.
Okay. All right, so going through and annotating what's important in the first sentence. Anything? Anything important in that first sentence? No. So at this point, everyone turn back to number 1, or the first problem, and that's where we're at. Stop working and follow along. All right, nothing's important in that one. What about the next sentence, Gabe?
249,600.
Okay. All right, next one. Christian. And why is that important?
Because it's our
Mm-hmm. And then obviously the last sentence is the question that we're trying to answer. All right, so all right, what can I multiply 41 by to get 2? Anything? Mason, sit up. Drake, pay attention. What can I multiply 41 by to get 22?
Nothing.
All right, what can I multiply based off of my answer choices? 41 by to get close to 229. Drake? 5. All right, when I multiply that, I end up with 205, right? Okay. All right, what am I going to multiply 41 by to get close to 246? Now, can I get rid of an answer choice? Yes, raise your hand. Tell me which one can I get rid of based off of this number right here. Silas?
0. B.
Yes. And because of that 0, I was confused a little bit there for a second. All right, so now the only number that we can multiply based off of our answer choices is what? Based off of our answer choices, what's the only number we can multiply by? Okay. Question, Isaac, can I also get rid of another answer choice? Based off of my place values in my answer. Okay. Does everybody understand why we can get rid of C? Okay. Is there anybody who doesn't understand? All right. When I multiply 41 by 6, what do I get? Raise your hand.
216.
Okay. Now, I have 8. What can I multiply 41 by to get 8? 0. Do I know my answer at this point? Yes, I do. But because we are taking a test, I do want you to finish it out, which should be pretty easy because you already know what you're going to be multiplying by. So the correct answer for this one is A. Thumbs up if we got that. Okay. All right. Looking at the next one, it says, what is the value of the expression? So we are trying to essentially solve this problem. What type of problem is this? Raise your hand and tell me. What type of problem is this? There's only 3 people that know. How do you solve these problems if you don't know what they are? Alex?
Order of operation.
Okay. So if this is order of operation, I'm going to go ahead and put my trusty dusty little tool on the side. All right, I'm looking for parentheses. Do I have them? Yes, I do. So I'm going to do that first. All right, inside parentheses, I have 2 to the 3rd minus 1. What must I do first? Ansley?
Solve the exponent.
Yes. So 2 times 2 times 2 is not 6. Please don't tell me it is 6. What is 2 times 2 times 2? Gabriel? Okay, so then I have 8 minus 1 plus 3 squared. All right, have I gotten rid of my parentheses yet? No. What do I have to do now? Okay. All right, so parentheses are gone. Then I'm looking for exponents. Do I have exponents? All right, what is 3 times 3? 3 times 3. Molly? So 7 plus 9. I don't have multiplication. Excuse me, or division. So then what is 7 plus 9? Christian? Okay. All right. Looking at the next one, it says, what is the product of these two numbers? So product tells me what does product tell me? Sit up, y'all. Lord, I know it's Monday, but like we're reviewing for our very first and only test of the 9 weeks. You need to sit up and you need to be engaged. Everly?
Multiplication?
Yes. Means that we are going to multiply. When I multiply, do I line up my decimals?
No.
No. Do not line up your decimals, whatever you do. You can highlight your decimal places or you can put an underline. Why did I highlight 3 of those numbers? Kira? Right. So I'm going to move my decimal back in 3 places when I get my answer. Also, if we're doing a problem that you didn't do, please do it while we're going through it. Okay? And then at this point, I'm just simply going to multiply. So 2 times 5, you can just call it out. 10. 2 plus 2 plus 1.
Wait. Why did you do plus?
Oh, sorry. I meant times. Yeah. I'm doing times, I'm saying plus. It's Monday. Should still be 5. Yes. All right. 2 times 2. Okay. I'm putting a placeholder here and I'm crossing off my 2 so that I don't use it again. 3 times 5.
15.
3 times 2
6.
plus 1.
7.
3 times 2.
6.
All right. Now I have 2 placeholders. Raise your hand and tell me, why do I have 2 placeholders? Why do I have 2 placeholders? Gabriel? But why did I put 2? Like, why did I put 2 zeros instead of just 1?
Because 0 is 0.
No. No.
Okay, I got it.
Kira? Because I'm 3 digits in now, right? So I need to make sure I'm starting there. All right, and this is going to be the exact same as the previous row, so I'm just going to do that. Do I need to put any decimals in this part right here? No. All right, I'm going to do my addition. That's 12, 7, 1. All right, so is that my answer?
No.
No. Raise your hand and tell me, what do I have to do now? Blake? Yes, so I start here, go 1, 2, 3, and my answer is 74 and 7/10, or if you want to add the extra zeros, doesn't matter. This one, if you're not careful though, you have 2 right here, right? That are almost identical. What's the only difference between those 2? Right?
The decimal points.
Right. So please be very careful when you're moving those back in that you don't miss one. Okay? Also, do not get rid of these zeros until the end. Like if we would have got rid of those zeros, we would have got a completely different answer, right? So we have to keep those in until we're completely done moving our decimal. All right. Looking at the next one. It says, what is the value of 5 plus 5 times 3 to the 4th power? All right, what type of question is this? Throw it in the garbage. I don't want it. What type of question is this? Ansley. Okay. Check the absent folder as you walk by. All right, so I'm looking for parentheses. Do I have any? Yes or no? No. Do I have exponents? Yes, I do. So 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. All right. Raise your hand and tell me, what is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3? Angel. Angel L. Angel L.
Oh.
You should have it on your paper, babe. Do you have it on your paper? Just look there. Yes. All right, so you have 5 plus 5 times 81. Since we got rid of our exponent, now we're looking for multiplication or division. Do we have multiplication or division? Yes, we do. All right, so we're now going to do 81 times 5. Some of us can do this in our head, some of us cannot. So 5, that's going to be 0, 4. All right, so now I have 5 plus 405. How many of you guys added the 5 plus 5 first? Y'all are killing me. All right, we don't have any division. Now we do our addition. So 5 plus 405 equals 410. Now, do they give you 810 as an option? 810, do they give you that as an option? What happens if you add 5 plus 5 and then multiply 81? What do you get?
810.
Okay, so be careful with that. It's very important that we follow that order of operation. How many of you guys missed this because of this little hiccup right here? Okay, and I know this seems super childish and super elementary, but I promise you, if you're even, I don't want to say if you're confident, like just, I do this, how long have I been teaching 6th grade? A long, long time, right? Actually, I've been teaching 4th, 5th, and 6th grade since I started. I've been doing PEMDAS for 16 years, going on 17, and I still do this. Why? Why do I still do this as an adult, Ansley?
So you don't say steps.
Right. Right. No matter how old you get, sometimes there are just things that just help. All right, looking at the next one. What is the greatest common factor of 45 and 60? So, greatest common factor. What does that mean? What are we finding? What are we finding? Silas? AKA known as. This is not rocket science. Yes. All right. When we find this, we have to do what? What do we have to do when we find this? Guys, I am not taking the test tomorrow. Who is taking the test tomorrow? I know probably 5 and a half, 6 people who are going to do really well. The rest of y'all, it's kind of up in the air because nobody's participating except for these same people. What do you have to do when you're finding GCF? Reagan, what are factors? But we also have multiples, so what's the difference? What is the difference between multiples and factors? What are factors? What are factors, guys? Again, I'm not asking rocket science, like it's very basic. What are factors?
Factors is like something times something.
So how many numbers?
So like 2 numbers. Like
2
2
numbers.
times 3 is a factor of 6.
Yes. All right, so you have 1 times 45. What about 2? Does 2 work? What about 3?
Yes.
3 times 15. What about 4?
No.
What about 5?
Yes.
Okay. What about 6? 7? 8? 9?
Yes.
But now we're repeating. All right. 1 times 60. 2 times what?
30.
3 times what?
20.
4 times what?
15.
5 times what?
12.
6 times what?
10.
7?
No.
8?
No.
9?
No.
10?
Yes, we used it.
All right, so now we go in and we find our common factors. And so what is our GCF here?
15.
All right. The next one down here on the bottom. Same type of question. So what is the greatest common factor, also known as what?
GCF.
All right, what are my factors for 12? One of you guys tell me this time. All right, Blake.
1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4, 4 times 4 times 2 is 4.
Okay, raise your hand, tell me the factors for 48. Gabe.
1 times 48, 2 times
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We go in order. So 1 times 48,
4 times 48.
not 4 times 48.
I said 1 times 48.
Okay.
And then 2 times 24.
Talk to me like I'm stupid some more. I'm sorry that you're the one who's mumbling and I can't hear what you're saying. Lord. What about 3?
3 times 16.
Okay.
Take it
No, you gotta keep going.
off.
4 times what?
4 times 12.
5 times what?
10.
6 times what?
8.
7 times what?
Nothing.
And then 8 times what?
That's
Okay. All right, so go in, find my common factors. What is the GCF?
12.
All right. We're going to skip the top one for a second, and we're going to go down to this one. So we're going to go to Joanne. So Joanne has 2/3 of an hour in which to do her math homework. It takes her 1/12 hour to do each math problem. How many problems can Joanne complete in 2/3 of an hour? All right, so we know she has 2/3 of an hour. Is that our total? Yes, it is. All right. It takes her 1/12 of an hour to do each math problem. And then we need to know how many problems can she do in her 2/3. So it's got it right here. That should have helped you a little bit with just understanding. And then obviously we're going to do our division. Now, when we divide fractions, raise your hand and tell me, what do we do when we divide fractions? I don't have it up there yet. I know what I gotta do tonight. Okay. Question, at any point in time during the test tomorrow, if you have a brain fart and you forget something, can you look at the wall?
I don't know.
Yes. That's why I said, can you get up and walk over there?
No. Yes. Wait, yes, you can.
Because, Kira, can you read every single thing that's up there from where you're sitting? Right. So if there's something that you need, you may get up and walk over there. Also, the math board balls, like, you get up and go look at those as well. Anything in this classroom you can use to help you. It's kind of like always having an open note test and quiz, but nonetheless. All right, so what do we do here when we're dividing fractions? Ansley?
KCF.
All right, so that means I keep the first one, changing operations to multiplication, and then flipping the second one. Multiply straight across. I end up with 24/3. And 24/3 simplified / changed back to an improper, or changed back to a mixed number is what, Isaac? Huh? 8. So the correct answer for that one is 8. If you did not do this one, please make sure you get it done. All right. We're going to do this one over here, the divide these two. All right, so this is 6 24/100 divided by 1 3/10. All right, what do we do if we have a decimal on the outside? What do we do if we have a decimal on the outside? Angel L. How many times? Why?
To make it up for a number.
Right, so if I had to move it 3 times, I'd move it 3 times, right? To make it a whole number. All right, so then, Angel, if I move this on the outside 1 time, what do I do to the inside? Okay, so that is there. I'm going to rewrite my number just because that's just me. All right, so can I still use my answer choices, guys, to help me with this?
Yes.
Absolutely. Do I want you to?
Yes.
Absolutely. I want to bring my decimal straight up. All right, so what can I multiply 13 by to get 6?
Nothing.
Nothing. What can I multiply 13 by to get 62? Looking at my answer choices. Is it going to be a 0? No. So those 2 are gone. All right? So what am I going to multiply 13 by to get 62? Angel? 4. All right, let's go 2. So I get 52. I do my subtraction and I bring it down. All right? Now, this should be pretty easy because we know if we multiply 13 times 2, we're only going to get 26. We have to get what? 104. All right, so there's only one answer choice that makes sense here. So that is my answer. So even with decimals, guys, can you still use your answer choices to help you with your division?
Yes.
Please do so on your test tomorrow. Okay, like if you have stop, Alex. If you have multiple choice options, please use them however you need to. All right, let's pop back up to this giant one on the top. All right, lots of information that we're about to go through, but it's really important that we make sure that we have the important information, not all the information in this. All right, David went for a run in his town. He ran from his house to school, which is 1 2/22 miles. All right, so that's from house to school. Then he ran 3 laps around the track. Each lap is 0.25 of a mile, and he ran 3 of those. Then he ran halfway to the gas station. The distance from the school track to the gas station is 2.26 miles. So this is halfway. That's going to be important. Finally, he ran straight home, which was 0.49 of a mile. What is the total distance David ran?
Oh.
So he ran straight home, which is 0.49 of a mile, and you have to find out everything. Now, there's a couple of steps in here, right? Do we have to, can you please focus? No, cool. Do we have to multiply a little?
Yeah.
I mean, you can multiply, or you can do repeated addition. Okay? So the 3 laps, we have to figure out what the total is first, right? You're not going to focus, are you? All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is 0.25 times 3, which is just like 25 cents, right? So what is 25 plus 25 plus 25? 7,500. Okay, now, what do I do from here? So now that I know that, what do I do from here? Anybody? Somebody? Are we subtracting? No, because we're finding what is the total distance. Are we dividing?
No.
So are we adding?
Yes.
All right, so from here, we are adding. So we have 1.22 plus 75 hundredths plus 2 and 68 hundredths and 49 hundredths, which is a lot. Hold on. All right. What?
It said halfway to the gas station.
Okay, hold on. Let's talk about it real quick. So I want you guys to add these up. Okay? Add this up on your paper right now, unless you already did it. And if you already did it, you're fine. All right, so when you add this up, what do you get? Or, sorry if we're still adding. All right, BK, what do you get when you add all this up?
5 and 14 times.
Okay. Now, do you see that as an answer choice?
No.
Yes, you do. So, shh. If you did not pay attention to things that you actually highlighted, you are going to circle this, but that is not the right answer. Why is that not the right answer? If you're paying attention to like the annotations that you're doing, pay attention. Silas.
Because it says halfway.
Right.
And not all the way.
Right. So technically, what do we have to do with this number?
Cut it in half.
We have to cut it in half, divided by 2, however you want to do it. Oops. All right, so what can I do with this number then if I'm here and that's half? Do I have to go and re-add all this, or can I just do a little something? What can I do here?
Subtract it.
I can subtract it. That's the correct answer. How many of you guys got this one right?
I had it.
Okay, shh. So, if you did not get this right, please copy the right information down right now. Stand up when you have your information copied down. Did you copy this down? I'm not waiting on you, son. I've already told you, like, you should have been doing this. So get down whatever you can. Everly, are you still writing, or? Come on, sweetie, let's go. Again, guys, if you don't do a problem that we're going over, I want you to go, like, doing it as we're going through it. Because at this point, we are wasting time. All right, go ahead. Go to I don't know if it's the next page or not, to be quite honest with you. Must be, I don't know what it is. All right, so go to the page where it's got Jerry has 2/3 of yarn. How did I do that? All right, so it says Jerry has 2/3 of yarn to use for making some puppets. She needs 1/6 yarn for each puppet. How many puppets can Jerry make with her fabric? So she has 2/3 of yarn. What is that number representing? if you haven't done this one, you're doing this together. But what is 2/3 of fabric? What is that number telling us in our problem, Silas? It's our total. All right, she needs 1/6 yarn for each puppet, and then we need to know how many puppets can Jerry make. So, what type of problem is this? What do we only do with fractions? What do we only do with fractions? BK. Divide. So whenever you see a fraction problem, the only thing you're doing is dividing. So do 2/3 divided by 1/6. How many of you guys got to this problem? Okay. So for everybody else, you're solving this problem right now. Stand up when you're finished. Not in the middle of review. All right, have a seat. So when we keep change flip, we keep the first one. What do I do with my, what does the change mean? What does it mean to change? Right?
Change the degree sign to a multiplication.
Okay, what does it mean to flip? Mercedes, what does it mean to flip? Okay. Then I multiply straight across. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3. When I simplify or change this back to a mixed number, what is 12 divided by 3? Sincere. Okay, so your answer for this one is 4. All right. Now, we're going to look at this one. The subtract 30 and 48 hundredths minus 11 and 55 hundredths. The reason we're going to look at this one is because we are terrible at subtracting. So everyone, please rewrite this problem, not over here. Like, you actually need to rewrite it. So that you have enough room to show your work and whatnot. And the reason that we're really bad at subtracting is because we forget how to do what? What do we forget to do a lot of times? Silas? Forget to borrow. Okay, so 8 minus 5? 3. Can I take 5 from 4?
No.
No. Can I borrow from 0?
No.
No, so I have to come all the way over here. That becomes a 2. This becomes 10. Then you borrow from the 10, and that becomes a 9. Can I take 14 minus 5?
Yes.
Okay, bring my decimal straight down. 9 minus 1.
8.
And 2 minus 1.
1.
So your answer for this one is 18 and 93 hundredths. And I know you guys are probably like, Ms. Kinney, we shouldn't be going over those, but we should, because I've seen it enough that we struggle some way, shape, or form. Okay, thumbs up when you have this done. All right, we're looking at the next one. It says the cafeteria is set up for a luncheon. There are 5 rows of tables. There are 5 tables in each row, and each table has a centerpiece with 5 vases. In each vase, there are 5 flowers, which shows the total number of flowers in the cafeteria. So, anything important in that first sentence? No. What about the second sentence? Silas? 5 rows of tables. What about the third sentence? Samantha?
5 tables in each row.
Okay. What about the third one? Fourth one? Sorry, I can't count. 4. Alex?
Yes.
What's important?
The first one is the question.
No, baby, we're right here. Each table has a centerpiece with 5 vases. What's important in that one?
The 5 vases.
Okay.
5 flowers.
All right. Then it says in each vase there are 5 flowers. Your question is, what shows the total number of flowers in the cafeteria? So, stand up if you picked A. 5 times 4. I hope not. Why is it not 5 times 4? Why is it not 5 times 4? Does that even... Well, I guess I could see where you get the 4 from, but does that make sense? No. All right. What about 5 to the 3rd power? Stand up if you think it's 5 to the 3rd power. Bless you. Why does nobody think it's 5 to the 3rd power?
I'm so sure.
It's okay. Let me ask you this. Why would it not be 5 to the 3rd power? Let me give you that hint.
Because there's not only 3 vowels.
Right. There is not just 3. Because if you count how many times you highlighted 5, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're doing 5 to the what?
4th
To the 4th power. So without even solving and just kind of walking through and being careful with your annotation, you know that that is your answer. Okay? That's why, again, annotating is so important. Don't just highlight the whole thing. Don't just highlight. You got to kind of have a rhyme to the reason of why you're highlighting. All right. Go to this one. I don't know what number it is or what page is on for you guys. So it's the one with use the fraction model to help you answer the question. We really doing this today, aren't we? So do you actually have to use the fraction model?
No.
No. For one, it gives you the division problem right there on the page, right?
Yeah.
All right, so it's just simply asking you to divide. So at this point, if you haven't done so, please divide 7/8 divided by 1/4. Stand up when you have your answer. Okay, question. Can I use this to get my answer without dividing? Didn't I just get the same answer you guys did when you divided? 3.5 was your answer? And didn't I just count my box and get 3.5? All right. So keep, change, flip. This is going to be 7/8 times 4 over 1, which is going to give you 28/8. When I do 28/8, it does not go in evenly. So 28 divided by 8, what can I multiply 8 by to get 28? Sincere? 3. So that gives me 24. So this becomes 3 4/8. When I divide this by 4, I end up with 3.5. So, if you have a model on your test tomorrow, just take a second, because we did all this work when we didn't have to, did we?
Yeah, I'm still going to do it.
Boy, Bob, you are the last person who does work in this classroom. You're right. All right, let's go down here to this one. So Kia used the fraction model to help her find the quotient of 2/3 divided by 1/6. What is the quotient of 2/3 divided by 1/6? So if you haven't solved it, solve it. If you are done solving, go ahead and stand up. Did anybody just use the strategy that I just showed you? Yes. What? Huh?
We did this problem in another question.
Per se, possibly, maybe. Shh. If you're standing, you are not talking. All right. So, is that your answer? How many of you guys got 4 as your answer? So again, all I did was count my blocks, right? All right, so keep, change, flip. We have 2/3 times 6/1. That becomes 12/3, which gives me 4. Either way, if you can show me your work here by going 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm good. If you want to show me your work this way, I'm good. All right, let's slide over to this one. It says divide, or what is, I can't even talk. What is the quotient? So which number goes on the inside and which number goes on the outside? We have 8/10 divided by 5/100. Which number is going on the inside? Guys gotta know. Which number is going on the, even if you haven't solved this problem, you have to know this in order to start solving it, right? Silas.
8/10.
Okay. So 8/10, so the first one always goes on the inside, second one always goes on the outside. Go ahead, solve it, stand up when you're done. Do not forget that you can use your answer choices to help you. Guys, if you're moving your decimal 2 times on the outside, how many times do you have to move it on the inside? No matter what. What happens if there's no number? You what? Put a 0. All right, let's go over this one. So, you guys just told me I have to move this 2 times on the outside because it has to become a what? Has to become a whole number. So inside, I move it once, and then I move it twice. I put my placeholder and my decimal. From here, I'm using my answer choices. I'm going through. What can I multiply 5 by to get 0?
Nothing.
Nothing. Or 0. What can I multiply 5 by to get 8? Raise your hand. Shh. So this one is gone because that one doesn't match up. All right. So what do I multiply 5 by to get 8? Samantha. Do my subtraction. I end up with a 3. Bring down my 0. I despise this stupid thing. Like more than you guys could possibly understand. All right. What are we looking at our answer choices right now? With our 1 here, can we get rid of another answer choice?
Yeah.
Isaac. I can get rid of D and what else? So technically I already have my answer, right? But just to make sure, finish it up, and that is the correct answer. All right, we are going to slide down, and we're going to do this division problem. So this is 92 hundredths divided by 2 tenths. Which number goes inside the division house? Gabriel? Nope.
The other option, I can't see.
Well, at least tell me like numbers and decimal points.
0.92 tenths. I can't see.
You can't have 0.90 something. It's either all one way or all the other. You can't mix the two together. There's no, like, we're not in a mixer and we just throw it all in and hit blend and then something pops out. Like, Lord, child. Woo, I'm going to put you out of your misery. You're good.
I can't see my paper.
Okay, but you're right. That's the problem. All right, what number goes on the outside? Gabriel. What number goes on the outside? Dude, look at the board.
I already said the 2 the first time you said.
But the 2 is wrong. I asked what goes on the inside. What goes on the outside?
Oh, the 2 on the outside is 92.
All right, you about to have silent lunch again. You're just acting crazy. All right, Gabriel, what do we do with our number on the outside? Redeem yourself.
The decimal, you move it to the right.
How many times?
2.
And I see what our grade is going to be on the test tomorrow. So, Gabriel, if I move it 1 to the right on the outside, what do we do on the inside? Okay. All right, and then from there, please go ahead, solve. Use your answer choices. Stand up when you have your answer. Again, you should be doing this. We did the hard part together. Again, use your answer choices, guys, to guide your multiplying with that, with your dividend on the outside. All right, let's go ahead and go over this problem. So what can I multiply 2 by to get 0? Nothing or 0. What can I multiply 2 by to get 0? All right. Anything I can get rid of in my answer choices? Raise your hand. Ansley. What is it? Okay. Can I get rid of anything else? Based off of where my decimal point is?
A.
Get rid of A. All right. And possibly B. Let's leave B just for one more step and then go from there. All right. What times 2 is going to give me 9 or close to 9 without going over?
4.
4. All right. So now, Ainsley, you are correct. We can go ahead and get rid of that one. We're going to finish up our problem, and you end up with your answer. All right. I don't know. I mess these all up. All right. Go to the one that says a group of 37 families. Shh, guys, no one asked you to talk. All right, so a group of 37 families will share the cost of building a new playground in their neighborhood. The playground will cost $3,145. How much will each family have to pay? All right, so what is important in that first sentence? It's important in the first sentence. Isaac. Okay, group of 37 families. What else is important in that sentence? Because there's something else that's really important. Like?
They'll share the cost.
Share the cost. All right, what's important in the next sentence? The playground will. Angel. Okay, and then obviously we need to find out how much will each family have to pay. So long division. 3,145 is our what? It's our dividend, but it's also our what? It's our total. So remember the first number in the word problem doesn't always come first and go inside. This is why it's important to know which one is your total. How many of you guys would have done 37 divided by 3,145?
What?
Shh, don't be obnoxious. Because we get in that mindset of the first number in our problem is the first number we divide by. When we're annotating and we're not thinking and we're just highlighting, this is where we get into trouble. This is also a question that's a lot further down in our study guide. So had you been doing this study guide, you might have missed this problem, not because it's hard, not because you don't know how to solve it, but because you're tired and you're not paying attention as well, right? This is the same thing that happens on our test. This is the same thing that happens on the benchmarks, and this is the same thing that happens on the EOGs. So you have to you should not be writing. You still have to be sharp-minded when you're going through each one of these questions. Does that make sense? Because had I not done this, I think a few of us would have put 37 inside and 3,145 on the outside. Why? Stop. All right, finish solving this problem if you haven't done so. When you are finished, please stand up. We're going to switch classes in 3 minutes. Can you wait? Stand up when you're finished, class. All right, let's go ahead and go over this real quick before the bell rings. So, using my answer choices to guide my work, I know that there's nothing I can multiply 37 by to get 3. And I know there's nothing I can multiply 37 by to get 31. Which two answer choices can I get rid of? Which two can I get rid of based off of not having a number to put in there? Drake?
The last one.
No. No. Oh, sorry. Yes, I apologize. My fault. You're right. That's why I keep you around. All right, so now I'm looking at A, B, and C for which number I'm going to multiply 37 by. So am I going to multiply by 8? Or am I going to multiply by 9? Which one? Sincere. 8. When I multiply 37 by 8, what do I get?
96.
Which also eliminates answer choice B. Also, technically, if this was the EOG, do I already have my number, my answer? Why? Raise your hand. Why do I already have my answer without even finishing my problem? Christian.
Because it can't be 0.
Cannot be 0. Okay? So when I do this, 8, 2, 1. And then I know this is going to be 5. So your answer for this one is A. All right. Your homework tonight is to finish the ones that you did not.
Wait, what?
I don't know why you're wetting me. So, again, you are finishing the ones that you did not. I think there's only like 5 that we didn't go over, 5 or 6. So there shouldn't be a ton. Go ahead, pack up, clean up. Isaac, you may go to the bathroom.